Hey everybody, it is the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and I'm beyond excited to have reunited once again with Raine from Our Lady Peace.
Yeah, good to see you.
Great to see you. You were one of the first music interviews I ever did. It was actually at this venue about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, wow. Was that nice?
You were.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Is that something you hear
It's
where
hidden,
it's like,
it's hit and miss, you know?
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Why is that? Just some days.
No, I'm kidding.
Some days you forget your phone and then you're like, that's kind of in the back of my mind a little bit.
Happen, right?
Well, today I have to say welcome home.
Thank you.
As you're playing at Bud Stage in Toronto on the Somersault Tour.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it feels a little bit of a relief now that's at the end of this length.
Yeah, it's been we've been on tour since, June 5th, I think, with Live and Bush down in the U.S. So we finally got to bring them up here, and it is, just worked out where it ends here in Toronto at home, which is amazing.
A lot of bands say when they do have those hometown gigs, there is a different and more special feeling to it. Is that the feeling whenever you return home to Toronto?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I definitely look forward. I just, growing up in Toronto, it's always just amazing to play here no matter where it's at. So, yeah, I think we're all looking forward to this gig.
Well, something I've been seeing a lot on socials is that you're playing a lot of venues you have not played in a really long time. You're returning to some you haven't played in not just months, but actually years. So is there anywhere when you're on the road that feels like a home away from home?
Well, I mean, in Canada, Montreal has always been very special to us just because when we were just starting out, we'd actually go to Montreal and book shows just so we didn't overplay Toronto a lot. So just got to know, we played like literally pizza joints in Montreal when we were starting. So it's nice to always go back there, and it's just an anomaly of a city, right, in Canada. It's just so different. It has so much culture, a huge passion for the arts, so I love playing in Montreal for sure. You
mentioned playing a pizza joint there. Where's one of the more obscure places you have performed? Does it get a little stranger than that?
That probably is it, to be honest. I can't remember the name. I don't know if it's still there, but I remember walking in and be like, okay, we got booked at a pizza place.
You start somewhere, right? And it's one of those things where now you have those amazing gems to say, hey, we played somewhere like this, and now look at us, Budweiser Stage, all these big venues. It must feel a little bit full circle when you think about it.
A little bit. I mean, we never look back. We just
looking forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I love how interactive you are with your fans. It's something that's very cool to see, especially when it does come to interacting with people online, because it is such a big thing now. And I've enjoyed seeing how many fans write you saying, hey, this is our 5th, 6th time seeing you guys, and that is such a commitment and such a cool thing to hear. So are there any bands that you have treated in that sense, where you've seen them multiple times just because of the pure love of enjoying them?
I mean, probably not as much going to shows, but touring with bands and having the opportunity just to stand side stage. I mean, I try to catch at least a little bit of Bush and Live every night, and even Dear Rouge. I think that's the kind of like unfair advantage we have as artists, is that we get to tour with other great bands.
When it comes to those great bands, one that sticks out to you where you actually really went out of your way to see them, who would one be?
Oh, Faith No More.
Okay.
Yeah, we did a festival in Florida with them a while back, and I just couldn't wait to get our set over with so we could go watch Faith No More.
You're in a cool position where you're opening for a band you enjoy that much, and you're like, hey, I definitely want to get this over with and check them out.
Yeah.
Well, not too long ago, you also got to open for a very cool band with Chantal, and that was The Who. And I can only imagine what was running through your mind whether that was the email or the call that came through, because it's not like that's a little feat, right?
Yeah, I mean, for one thing, it's amazing to open for The Who, and then to do it with Chantal and Move Her Son was special because, those are the things that we'll have for the rest of our life as a couple, as partners, and that was a pretty incredible experience. Even just sitting at Soundcheck and watching them, and then the show was amazing because we haven't done a lot of shows as Move Her Son, but to be in a big arena, we still kept it really. It was kind of just this little tight thing, and we played our thing, and there was just more people.
Do you get nerves when you play these gigs anymore?
I don't. And I was thinking about that at the Who. I was just excited to go up there and play. Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Is it just a comfort level for how many years you've been doing it?
I think it's the 10,000 hours thing. I think once you get there, you just want to try to just be in the moment, and that's more where I live now. It's not about nerves. It's just about that anxiousness to like be able to escape. And as soon as we have this this heavy kind of intro. As soon as I hear that, I'm like, okay, this is going to be amazing.
Okay, well, this one's a little bit out of left field, but I love hearing people's opinions on it. So you recently shared an article where it was all about how in not too far ahead in the future, people are going to have cars that drive themselves.
Yeah.
There'll be no more humans in them, and either people are super into it or super against it. So what are your views on that? Does it terrify you, or are you absolutely intrigued by it?
Oh, I love it. I mean, especially the kind of culture, and everyone wants to be on their phones all the time. So, you know, we're lucky we get driven around a lot at venues and stuff. And so I just see the necessity of like having a virtual driver where you can just do your thing and not cause accidents and kill other people.
I have to ask you about trying out for the Jacksonville Jaguars not too long ago. Was that as trying as you thought it maybe would have been?
I felt good about my workout. Yeah, I haven't got the call yet, but I'm still
No? You're still waiting on it?
waiting, patiently waiting.
Was that something you were super into growing up? Was sports something that you really dove into?
I mean, I played football and I ran track and I did martial arts, and UFC kind of like really spawned that part of it for me with MMA, but I never had any ambitions of that kind of stuff, no.
Okay.
No.
Well, here on my website, I not only interview musicians like yourself, but also wrestlers.
Yeah.
So when we first started rolling this thing, you said, I don't know if I'll have a question I've maybe never been asked before. I don't know what might throw me off. So I'm curious, if you were to be a wrestler in the ring, what would your persona or gimmick be?
It would have to do with building in some of the martial arts background. Like I love, like, you know, Rhonda's been able to do really well with her judo, and I mean, she's an incredible athlete. So definitely something like that. I don't think it'd be about the costumes or anything. It'd hopefully be skill based.
And would you want to go in as a heel, babyface, good guy, bad guy?
No, I would love to be the bad guy.
Oh, you
Yeah,
would?
for sure.
Okay, just wreaking havoc in there?
Much more fun. Yeah.
You have any idea of how you would look? I know you mentioned how you'd want it to be a little bit more based on the skill set, but I feel like there's always a vision.
Yeah, you know, I would rock that yellow Bruce Lee gi.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm envisioning this now.
Yeah.
I think it would turn out well.
Yeah.
A big thing that fans are super, super psyched about is the fact that there are some rumors in 2020 that new music will drop. Now, a lot of bands write on the road, a lot of bands hate writing on the road. So what's your view on doing that?
We actually did. We had a little time off in the summer, and we went and worked with Dave Siddick. He's kind of the mastermind behind the band TV on the Radio from Brooklyn, and he lives in LA now, and we spent a few days up at his place and recorded a song called Stop Making Stupid People Famous. And that is done. So we want that to come out as soon as possible, and there'll be something to accompany that, whether it's another 6 or 7 songs shortly, but that song is definitely slated to be released soon.
And that's a very interesting title. Was there a specific stupid person you were sick of seeing?
Oh, there's many.
That was famous?
There are many.
Many?
Many. Too many to mention.
That's keep it on the safe side. I like how you approached that one.
I'm sure your viewers are smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure they can put 2 and 2, right? Well, at this point, I just want to say I truly appreciate you joining me once again on the show. It was an absolute pleasure having you back on, and I'm excited for the show because I haven't seen you since that first interview.
Oh, wow.
So I'm in for a treat. I can feel it.
Thanks,
Thank
Alicia.
you so much.
Amazing.
Thank you. And everyone viewing, be sure to hit up aliciaatout.com for all exclusive interviews and features. We'll be seeing you next time.